The author says, أصل original text وبكي المصدرية, and the fi'l mudari' is made mansoob by K, the masdari K. The masdari K. نحو لكي لا تأسوا, such as this piece of an ayah, لكي لا تأسوا على ما فاتكم, so that you will not regret. لكي لا تأسوا, so that you will not regret. على ما فاتكم, يعني for what you didn't get, so that you won't feel bad for what you didn't get. All right. So he says, وبكي المصدرية. So then let me explain for you. Masdariya. This is very, very, very important. Very pivotal case for understanding Arabic in general and understanding lots of naHw. Okay, so you know you have something called the masdar. Masdar, the masdar, that's a ra. Masdar means source. Masdar, the source, is the source of derived words. Very important. Masdar is a source. Source of what? Source of derived words. Okay. Masdar is source of derived words. Mim, Sad, Dal, Ra. Masdar. What do you get from masdar? You get from masdar fi'l madi, past tense verb. You get from masdar fi'l mudari', present, future tense verb. You get ism fa'il, the name of the doer. You get ism maf'ul, name of receiver. You get ism ala, the name of the tool. You get ism zaman, the name of the time, or ism makan, the name of the place. All these things, you get them from the masdar. So for example, if the masdar were darb, masdar is always going to be a noun, darb, a hit, a strike. Then the maldi, you're going to get from that daraba. The mudari' is going to be, you're going to, for example, yadribu. And the doer is going to be darib. And the receiver is going to be madrub, etc. So that's masdar. So what are we talking about now? Now we're talking about fi'l mudari', right? Yes. Here's fi'l mudari'. Here's fi'l mudari' here. What we're basically saying is sometimes there's some particles that when you use them with this fi'l mudari' or with a verb, it has the meaning of the masdar. It'll take you back to the actual noun in meaning. It takes you back to the noun in meaning. Some particles, when you use them with the verb, it takes you back to the noun in meaning. There's something like that in English too. I think I gave you an example before. So you could say in English, I like to eat. So here, eat, that's a verb. To, that's basically your harf masdari. Because I like to eat is equivalent to saying I like eating. Eating, that's a noun. So eating is basically what? That's the masdar. That's the masdar. That's the source. Eating, that's a noun. Eat, that's a verb. If this verb comes from this source, then when you say to eat, when you put those together, I like to eat, when you put those together, they basically mean the masdar. I like eating. So when a particle acts like that with a verb, then that particle is called harf masdari, a masdar particle. So let's see what the author has for us then. He says, وَبِكَيْ al-masdariyah. Also, one of the nasibs of the fi'l mudari' is K, the masdari particle. So it's a particle that when it comes with the verb has the meaning of the masdar, a noun together. Those two together work like a noun. That's how you need to think about those when you see that those two together, they're like one thing. naHw لِكَيْ لَا تَأْسَوْا. Such as لِكَيْ لَا تَأْسَوْا. So we break it down piece by piece here. لِكَيْ لَا تَأْسَوْا. So that lam, that's harf jar. Li, so that, for the purpose of. K, that's the one in question we're talking about now. The masdari particle. La is negating particle. So as you can see, they were all written together like one word. لِكَيْ لَا تَأْسَوْا. تَأْسَوْ means to have, to feel bad. So that you do not feel bad. عَلَى مَا فَاتَكُمْ. For what you didn't get. So how's that masdari? Let's see what the author says, inshallah ta'ala. الشرح. The explanation. الناصب الثاني K. The second nasib is K. وإنما تكون ناصبة إذا كانت مصدرية. إذا كانت مصدرية بمنزلة أن. But it would only be a nasib. It's not like len, it's always a nasib. Sometimes it's nasib. It would only be a nasib if it's a masdari particle like n. N, that's a masdari particle also. There's a group of those in Arabic. We'll see n when we come to it, inshallah. وَإِنَّمَا تَكُونُ كَذَلِكَ إِذَا دَخَلَتْ عَلَيْهَا اللَّامُ. And it would only be like that when the lam comes in front of it. K would only be like N when a lam comes in front of it. Let me keep reading, then inshallah it's going to come around clear for you. لَفْظًا كَقَوْلِهِ تَعَالَى لِكَيْ لَا تَأْثَوْا لكي لا يكون على المؤمنين حرج أو تقدير النحو جئتك كي تكرمني. All right. I gave you the example of two, right? I gave the example of two. So that's like if you were to say in Arabic, أريد, I want, أن, to, أكل, eat. أن آكل. أريد, I want, أن آكل, to eat. So those two together, and the verb after it, they're like the masdar. So that's like saying, أريد, I want, al-akl. Al-akl, akl. Akl is the masdar. أريد الأكل. You could say that in Arabic. أريد الأكل. I want to eat. Or if we put a different verb there, like how I said it to you in English. If we were to say, أحب. أحب. I like. أحب أن آكل. I like to eat. And to akul, eat. Or if you want to translate n as that, you'd say I like that. I eat. That's how you'd hear an Arab talking like that in English. You might say, I like that I eat, brother. Uridu an akul is translating in his own mind. I like to eat. Or you could say in Arabic, uhibbu al-akl. I like eating. So then this, and that's called harf masdari. K can be like that also. So you'd say, jitu, I came, like, so that, like, so that, like, aqra, I read. Yeah, and it basically means I came to read. I came to read. So that's why he's saying K could be like N. K means like N. When K means like N, and that lamb comes in front of K, when that lamb comes in front of K there, and K means like N, so ji'tu li K aqra, I came so that, because N can mean that, I came so that I read. Ji'tu li K aqra, so that's like saying ji'tu lil qira'ah, I came for the reading. I came for the reading. That's the noun. That's masdar. That's the source of the verb. I came for the reading, or I came to read. That's what we're learning about right now. So what did he say here? An-nasibu thani K. The second nasib for the verb is K. The second one that he's mentioning, that is. وَإِنَّمَا تَكُونُ نَاصِبَةً إِذَا كَانَتْ مَصْدَرِيَّةً بِمَنْزِلَةِ أَنْ. And it would only be a nasib for the mudari' verb if it was a masdari particle like N, having the meaning of N. And when would that be? وَإِنَّمَا تَكُونُ كَذَلِكَ إِذَا دَخَلَتْ عَلَيْهَا اللَّامُ. And it would only be like that when lamb comes in front of it. But sometimes it's an estimated lamb. So basically what he's saying is, whenever K means N, which means to or that, it's working with a verb. Whenever K means N and there's a lamb in front of it, then it's going to be a nasib for the verb. Now, I don't know, maybe my words sound heavy or complicated, but when you put that into practice, then it won't be heavy or complicated at all. Then the words will make perfect sense because you did it. Say, I see there. Lee K. I got it. So it's only going to be like that when the lamb comes in front of it, but that lamb could be estimated. He says, lafzan, whether it's pronounced, كقوله ta'ala, like when God said, لِكَيْ لَا تَأْثَوْا, so that, لِكَيْ, so that, لَا تَأْثَوْا, you're not sad, or you don't feel bad. لِكَيْ لَا تَأْثَوْا, also, لِكَيْ لَا يَكُونَ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ حَرَجٌ, لِكَيْ لَا يَكُونَ, so that there would not be, لِكَيْ لَا يَكُونَ, so you know, yakun is, he is, or it is, yakun, kana yakunu, gets negated by la yakun, won't be. Likay la yakun, so that, so li, so okay, that la yakun, it won't be. Likay la yakun, so that it won't be ala al-mu'minina haraj, a burden on the believers, so that it won't be a burden on the believers. Haraj is the burden. أو تقديرا naHw, or even if that lamb is estimated, but that meaning of the purpose or the reason is there. Such as, ji'tuka kay tukrimani, I came to you, kay, to, K here means to, and there's an estimated lamb here. We're not saying it though. Ji'tuka kay tukrimani. I came to you to honor me, meaning so that you honor me. Li kay, so that tukrimani, you honor me. Ji'tuka kay tukrimani. I came to you to honor me. Yani, so that you honor me. So that is implied. إذا قدرت أن الأصل لكي. That's if you estimate that the origin of that statement is لكي, so that وأنك حذفت اللام استغناء عنها بنيتها, and that what you did was you omitted the lam out of not needing it to express the meaning you want. But you have it in your heart, that meaning of the purpose or the reason. فإن لم تقدر اللام كانت كي حرف جر. But if there's no lam, if you say K and there's no lam in the meaning, then K is not even going to be a naSoob for the verb. It's going to be a different K. It's going to be K that's a harf jar, prepositional particle. بمنزلة lam. And then that K is going to mean lam. So that بالدلالة على التعليل, meaning for the purpose of, or for the reason of. وكانت N مضمرة بعدها إضمارا لازما. And then N is estimated after it necessarily. Okay. So this is the first spot that I find in Qatru Nada that Yani, the reason the author arranged his information like this, it's clear. Yani, for me, it's clear the reason why he did it. But the result of the arrangement is maybe not the easiest for you if you're a beginner and you're just hearing this cold. The way it is in Al-Ajurrumiya, that's nice breakdown there. I'll give you really quick though. Sometimes N, this harf mastari, sometimes it's intended and you don't say it in Arabic. Sometimes it's intended and you don't say it. Like, remember the ayah we started with? What did the Israelites say? They said, لَن نَبْرَحَ عَلَيْهِ عَاكِفِينَ. We won't stop worshiping this calf, they said. What did they say after that? They said, حَتَّى يَرْجِعَ إِلَيْنَا مُوسَى. Until Moses comes back to us. They said, لَن نَبْرَحَ عَلَيْهِ عَاكِفِينَ حَتَّى يَرْجِعَ إِلَيْنَا مُوسَى. We won't stop worshiping this calf until Moses comes back to us. So look here, يَرْجِعَ. So you should know that's fi'l mudari'. That should be clear for you. That's fi'l mudari' right there. And look right there. You have fatha on the ayn. So that means that fi'l mudari' is ManSoob. So then you should say, well, what made it ManSoob? There should be a naSoob. So then you're going to look in front of it and you're going to say, look, hatta came in front of it. Hatta, is that the naSoob? Well, Ibn Hisham, he just said here, there's only 4 of them. Len and K and Ethan and N. So where'd hatta come from? So really, it's not hatta. Really, the naSoob is N. But you're not saying it though. N. It's in there. It's like it's squeezed in there. You're intending it. The meaning is ila and yarji'a, until yani ila and until that Moses comes back to us. They said we won't stop worshiping it until that Moses comes back to us. That translates funny, but that's kind of what they're saying there. Hatta yarji'a, it means ila. Hatta here means ila. Ila, to, until. إِلَىٰ أَن يَرْجِعَ إِلَيْنَا مُوسَى. So sometimes and you're not going to say it, but still going to have power. You're not going to say it, but it's going to be strong enough to still give a fatha to the verb without you saying it. Without it being present in the sentence, it has enough power to give a fatha to the verb. That's what Ibn Hisham is talking about down here. He says, وَكَانَتْ أَن مُضْمَرَةً بَعْدَهَا إِضْمَارًا لَازِمًا. N would be implied after K in a binding way. You can't say it. If you were to say N with your tongue, it would be a mistake. But in meaning, it's there. So we'll come back to that, insha'Allah ta'ala. That's why the author, Ibn Hisham, he saved the talk about N all the way till the end of this chapter. If you remember, he said, we discussed N last because it's lengthy. This is what makes it lengthy. Sometimes it appears, sometimes it doesn't appear. Not to mention that it's a harf mastari. And also for other reasons. N is lengthy talk. So let's stop there. Do you have any question? Please feel free. You said it's fi'l mudari' hadir unless there's a proof for it being a future. No. Fi'l mudari' is muhtamal. That means possibly being for present or future without being more indicative of one over the other. Fi'l mudari' is not more indicative of the present or the future. So it's muhtamal, bearing both meanings. It needs a proof to be either one. Was the lesson clear today?